Shalom. So first and foremost, I to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Raka Kwadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. And shalom to the brothers on the highways and byways who pushing this word and sincerity and in truth. Who prophesy in the downfall of this kingdom, downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. And anybody who teaching different, they just simply don't know the scriptures, and the Most High never imparted the knowledge unto you to know the scriptures. And I just was reading a precept here, and I just decided, the Spirit has come upon me just to do a quick little lesson about the precept and what it really means to actually be in this truth and pushing the word in sincerity, on the highways and byways, And when I read the precept, your brothers could get the understanding too. This is Philippians 2, verse 15. It said that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, the sons of power, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. We are shining as lights in the world. We representing the light of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Because when you read this John chapter 1, John chapter 1 verse 4, it says, in him was life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not. And we being the vessels of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, we being led by the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, we will have that light, that light going back to the knowledge of the truth. So that's why it's important for us to be out there in the highways and byways, shining this light, shining the spiritual light in the dark places. And the elect and the children and Israel will see the light spiritually. It's a spiritual thing. It's not a physical thing. This is not a physical battle we in, and this could never be a physical warfare. This is a spiritual warfare first. The spiritual coming after with Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai and the holy angels and But right now, when the spiritual aspect of things right now is that continue pushing this truth, continue pushing the word, going back out, going on the highways and byways, doing videos, because the elect will hearken, the elect will actually see the light, In verse 16, Philippians 2 verse 16, he says, holding for the word of life. The word of life is the Holy Scriptures, the knowledge of the Holy Scriptures, the word of life, the word of life. I think it's Baruch. This is Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. He said, this is the book of the commandments of God, which commandments are the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and the Lord that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. So this is the word of life. This is the word of life. The Comforter, the Holy Spirit. But such shall live, it shall die. So anytime I try to leave it, and that is what happened to our nation. Our people, we actually leave the book of life. We actually leave the fountain of water, So that's why we get caught up in these other philosophies, and these other religions that have nothing to do with the Heavenly Father. It have nothing to do with our heritage. And we as a people, we the Most High made us as spiritual people. Because we are part of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. We are named by Him. And our people is that gross darkness. The Most High cursed them with gross darkness. and the elect is scattered on the four corners of the earth. So that's why it's important for us, because we have the light, we have the truth. The Messiah has waken us up to this truth. This is Colossians 1 verse 12. He said, giving thanks unto the Father, which had made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light. The saints in light, who had delivered us from the power of darkness and had translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. Even the forgiveness of sins. So the Messiah actually chosen us out of everybody else, chosen us to be the vessels, to be his messengers of light, and by through the word, we are made clean by through the word, according to Ephesians. Let me get this quick one time. Ephesians 5 verse 26. He said that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. Washing of water by the word. And that is how the elect will be brought into the kingdom, by washing and making clean. So they could be, according to the scriptures, this is Philippians 2 verse 15. Right, going back to 15 here, he said that he may be blameless and harmless, and the sons of God without rebuke, without sin. We be washed clean through the blood. So all these other philosophies and all these other doctrines that we was drunken and we was darkening, that we actually come into the light. We actually come into the light of his marvelous kingdom, and this is such an honor. This is such an honor to actually think about it. When I actually think about it, it's such an honor that the Heavenly Father chosen us to be the light. The light to shine in dark places. I say, and this is Philippians 2 verse 16. He said, hold on for the word of life, which is the scriptures, we now read it. He said, that I may rejoice in the day of the Yahushai. So we actually doing the work. We actually circumcising our heart daily. It's a struggle. Yes, it's a struggle. This is not an easy road. This is the hardest road to walk with. This is the hardest road to walk. But it's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. And brothers will fall. Brothers will fall. But the men of the Messiah, who the Messiah chosen, they're not weak. They won't fall and just remain down. They'll actually get up and continue the road. They have to get up and continue the road, because the race is not for the swift, but those who endure to the end. This is that race you have to endure. And by us pushing his word, and by us actually motivating brothers spiritually, because that is how we communicate. We communicate through videos, pursuing to Malachi 3 verse 16, I think. Malachi 3 verse 16. He said, then they that feared the Lord Yahweh spoke often one to another. And this is how we speaking often one to another. We actually pushing out videos and actually stirring up another brother spirit on the other line, who actually watching the video and being motivated to do a video. Because at the end of the day, it's all about pushing the Messiah work. It's all about doing his work. It's not nothing for no gain, saying, and no glory, because you cannot glory in this vessel. You cannot glory here. But it's about doing the work to get a reward from the Heavenly Father. It's about doing the work, and doing the work with a sincere heart, to actually receive a reward. Because we laboring, according to Hebrews, the 4th chapter, we laboring to enter into the rest. We laboring to enter into the rest. That's why the Apostle Paul said he's a prisoner. He's a prisoner. And we are also prisoners of hope. Because you cannot leave this truth even if you wanted to. If the Most High chosen you from the beginning, you cannot leave it if you wanted to. Yes, we will face hardship, but we have to endure like men. You know. He said, this is Malachi 3 verse 16. He said, then they that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened. Yahweh hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear the Lord and thought upon his name. And that is we. We fear the Most High. We fear the Most High. That's why we actually on the highways and byways. Because the Most High choose us to bring forth that light. And we fear the Most High. Understand? And the book of remembrance is what? It's the scriptures. And who have the knowledge of the scriptures? Not us. So, you know. So going back to the Philippians 2 verse 16, he said, holding for the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Mashiach, and the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We all know that darkness and not light. You know, the destruction of this place, the destruction of this kingdom, the destruction of America. America turned into a desert for all the wickedness, for all the witchcraft, for all the sorcery. Sins upon sins, multiple sins upon sins. Understand? Philippians 2 verse 16, and he said, holding for the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Mashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. So we're hoping that we're not running in vain, that we're not labored in vain. We're pushing forward to the end. And all those who drop out, they labored in vain, because they have no reward to get. So you're holding fast to the end. You're holding fast to the end. You know? And I want to go too long. You know, that brother is good. If you feel the spirit jump on you to actually continue the video and go deeper, you know, don't quench your spirit. You know, and so I want to say shalom, you know, and double honors to the personal elders of GMS that rule well. And, you know, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Basham, Raka Kwadash, to all the Akims out there, the pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. We almost out of here. Shalom.